Hello and welcome to Imperator Rome and the brand new 2.0 Marius update and the Heirs of Alexander DLC pack. Today we're going to dive in to all the brand new mechanics that they have on offer in this basically rebooted, retooled game. And we're going to go ahead and click new game here and get on into it. Of course, I did a series on the dev diaries leading up to the release of the Marius 2.0 pack, and I invite you to check that out here on the channel to give you an idea of all the new mechanics that we have in store coming up for this campaign. So, of course, with the Heirs of Alexander DLC pack, that has a reference to the 5 Diadochi characters that you can play at the outset here. And what we're going to do is we're going to play as Thrace. So all of the Diadochi have reworked mission trees, and we're going to try to take advantage of that and see what that's all about. See what the new mission trees have to offer for us as the player, and it should be pretty fun. Dive into that as well. Now, the tech trees have been completely reworked. The military mechanics have been completely reworked. A whole bunch of things are different, including the map, by the way. So previously, Thrace just had all of this coastal territory under its direct dominion, but now these are all broken up into little client states. It's a little bit different. So it's not under our direct control, but they are our clients. As you can see, hovering over the diplomacy here, all of them light up as such. So we're going to go ahead and play as Thrace. Click Iron Man mode on, because we only play Iron Man mode on this channel. So as a member of the Diadochi, the Thracians get the heritage of Lysimachus, a unique heritage. So this is a subject opinion of us is -10, which hurts a little bit because we have all of these subjects. But it also gives us -5% war score cost and civic provincial investment cost reduction as well. We are Hellenic, Macedonian, aristocratic monarchy. Let's get going. We're going to name this game as Thrace. Very nice. Alexander the Great, Argad. 18 years ago, the Argad king, Alexander III, died suddenly in Babylon at the age of 32. In the 5 years preceding his death, his continuing military successes had reshaped the world as known to the Greeks, his empire stretching uninterrupted from Egypt to the Indus. The suddenness of Alexander's early death and his lack of a chosen successor sent shockwaves through the hierarchy of satraps and generals who attended him, splintering his empire into elements ruled by these potentates styled as the Diadochi. For many years, they and their successors have been locked in a bitter struggle over the future of the empire, drawing all nations within their sphere of influence into the conflict. The wars of the Diadochi will surely continue. Perhaps it is up to Thrace to decide how they will end. Right, so we have here the 5 Diadochi: Cassandros of Macedon, Antigonus of the Antigonid Kingdom, Ptolemaeus of Ptolemaic Egypt, Seleucus of the Seleucid Empire, and yours truly, Lysimachus of Thrace. And Alexander here, who he died. He's dead. So we're warring. He just sort of just like, messed everything up, turned the world into a big mess, and then died. So we're going to try to clean up that mess. The die is cast. Right, so, where to begin? Now, we have right here, we have a legion. So legions are brand new in Marius 2.0. So only the more advanced factions get access to them at the beginning of the campaign. And as Thrace, one of the Diadochi, we are one such lucky faction. So we have here a legion, and now they offer the ability to involve some more characters in your legion. So you can appoint up to 4 commanders as tribunes. So the leader is the legate, and then you have 4 tribunes that you can accompany them to make the force that much stronger. So we're looking for people with good combat traits. This dude is brave, but in the absence of good combat traits, we'll just go with the highest martial ability. Go ahead and fill this up like that. And go ahead and get these dudes drilling so that they can start accumulating some military experience, and then we can get some good military traditions to boost our forces even more. And our ideas as an aristocratic monarchy, we have 1 military idea and 2 oratory ideas. So the first one we're going to do is martial ethos. This gives our morale a 5% boost. And then for our 2 oratory ideas, we're going to use sanctioned privileges to reduce corruption, and military administration to increase the loyalty of our generals. I say generals and not admirals, because it does provide loyalty to admirals, but this navy here, we're just going to go ahead and get rid of it. It's only 16 ships. It really can't stack up with the competition, so if we tried to use it, it would just get destroyed. We don't really have any use for it at this point in the campaign, so it's just costing us money. We're also going to call down an Omen here. We're going to use Heracles, extra discipline. We're not at war right now, but we certainly will be, so the extra discipline will definitely be helpful. In our pantheon, we also have a Zalmosian deity of economy, Durzalas. We have Zeus, of course, and Dionysus. Now, another new addition to Marius 2.0 is the tech tree, which has been completely reworked. Before you just would reach a certain research point, and then you'd be able to buy technologies, as it were. Now it's different. It's different. So it's probably going to take Imperator players a long time to figure out exactly the best way to go down this tree and what is the most beneficial strategically, of course, depending on your situation. And there's just so many options that it does actually feel quite a bit overwhelming. But I have been messing around with this a little bit, and what I have decided to sort of go with to start is Marshall. So there are 3 trees here. Again, it's very, very unlikely, if not impossible, to actually fill out the entire tech tree for all 4 of these advancement categories. But we're going to go ahead and start with Marshall because we want a decisive military advantage over our rivals to begin the game. So we're going to go ahead and get military artisans, not necessarily for the benefit of military provincial investment cost reduction that it offers, but more so because it leads into some better things, such as discipline down here. Discipline of plus 5%. Of course, a disciplined force is much more valuable in the field than a non-disciplined force. So we'll go ahead and get active drill here, and we'll keep going down that vein so that we can get as much discipline as we can for our armies, as well as get down to veteran enticement, or not veteran enticements, retirement opportunities to reduce the cost of our legion. So we're going to go ahead and keep going with professional training to get another discipline boost, and then keep going with retirement opportunities to reduce the cost of our legion. So of course we do have a legion, and those things are expensive. Before we keep doing that, let's go into the economy screen and look just how much it's costing us. So as of now, it's 4.5 gold. It's costing us. No, sorry, 3.19 is our army maintenance, and that's just for the legion, of course, because levies don't actually cost anything, and we don't have any of them raised, but they are expensive. That's a sizable portion of our economy there. So let's keep going with the inventions, and go ahead and get heavy infantry discipline, veteran enticements, and promotion through valor to get another 5% discipline bonus. So with the 8 innovations. Again, I'm not sure if this is the best way to go about it, so we're going to play around with this, experiment with it a little bit, try to get the best outcome for our situation that we can. But I've decided to just be discipline heavy, and we have a 15% boost to our discipline, and 20 if you're talking about heavy infantry, because we have that extra heavy infantry discipline boost here as well. So if you have 2,000 troops, they have 2,000 troops. If you're more disciplined than they are, that's a huge advantage, and I'm hoping that we can sort of rely on that. Another note, cohorts have been cut in half. So before the default cohort was 1,000 men, now it's 500. So you see we have 2 light infantry, 2 heavy infantry, 2 cohorts each basically here, except for 1 supply train. 1 is worth 500 now, so 2 is worth 1,000. Alright, so we're going to still stay here and chill a little bit, drill, let the events around us unfold, and try to take advantage of the chaos. We do have an unused trade route. Now, we have salt here, where if we import another copy of it, we'll be able to get the surplus bonus, and the surplus bonus for salt is another legion maintenance cost reduction of 5%. So that is definitely what we want to go for. Go ahead and import some salt from Venetia, and that ought to save us some money. Now, the last housekeeping item, I believe, before we get going, is the mission tree. Now, Lysimachus and all the rest of the Diadochi have gotten completely reworked mission trees, which I'm excited to try out here. And the one that we're going to do first is the Paper Tiger. The wars of the successors rage all around the kingdom of Thrace, but ere Lysimachus I, Alcimachid, can fully commit his resources to the pursuit of Alexander's legacy, Thrace, so long beset by disloyal subjects from within and barbaric raiders from without, must have its northern border secured definitively. Completion criteria is to deal with the Ordician and Getian threats and unify the Thracian tribal lands south of the great river Istros. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start the mission. Boom. And the reason is, I did do a little bit of a test run that I streamed earlier with Thrace, and I discovered that Orticia and Getia attack you quite frequently, so it would be good to just sort of get that taken care of first, right off the bat. They're pretty weak, so they offer, an enticing opportunity for us to expand our power base and the like. Paper Kingdom. Upon Alexander's death and the division of his empire, Lysimachus was granted the satrapy of Thrace. This was a poisoned gift, for while a wealthy and strong region on paper, the Macedonians' hold on it was never more than tenuous at best. The Thracian tribes that had once been subdued by Philip II, which are nominally subjects of Thrace's ruler, have time and again shown their disloyalty and treachery. Still further north, across the protected breadth of the great river Istros, lie the lands of the Getae, sending their raids over the river's fords to ravage the lands of the Greek colonies on the western shore of the Pontus Exunus. Cities that are the very treasury of the satrapy. And all the while, to the south, as Thrace bridges the Greek and Asian worlds through control of the Hellespont, it's only a matter of time before one will seek to invade the other and send an army through Thrace to do it. Alright, so for 10 years we get manpower recovery speed of 5% boost and army attrition reduction of 10%. What chances have these barbarians compared to the impossible? We're going to go ahead and do the land of the Thracians, and this means we're going to integrate the Ordician culture into our empire. So taking a quick look at the culture view, these are the Ordician folk right here, and at the I think that'll take a year, and then they will be an integrated culture in our empire, which should make them pretty happy. And then we're going to wait for Ordicia here to attack us, and once they do, and then we make peace, we'll be able to start this side of the mission tree. And then once the Getians raid us up here, which they are sure to do, we can start this side of the mission tree. And we're not going to be too aggressive out of the bat because there's going to be plenty that's going on that we don't. We can just wait to see how things unfold and then take advantage of the chaos as it does. So let's go ahead and unpause. Boom. All right, we're getting going here. Let's go ahead and get these trade routes to make sure that our economy is as healthy as possible. Now, the Wars of the Diadochi are inevitably going to continue, and it's not that we want to stay out of them, but we want to make sure to get in at an opportune moment. Also, keeping an eye on Ordicia up here, which is sure to revolt. Here it is. Curse them! Suthus Ordicid has seen his chance to secure Ordician independence, and his forces are presently preparing to plunge a dagger into our back. Curse them! Alright. So, with our many client states, we ought to be able to handle this pretty easily. We don't need to raise our levies, I don't think. And we don't need to hire any mercenaries for right now. We just want to white peace with them so that we can go down the mission tree. We don't actually want to take any of their territory yet. Of course, that's on the agenda, but that's more of a longer-term goal. In the immediate term, we just want to get them to peace out with us. Alright, we finished the land of the Thracians mission. We integrated the Ordician culture. The strength of Thrace lies in its people, and to that end, arrangements have been made for those of Thracian descent to be allowed to contribute more fully to the vitality of the nation. Where they were once looked down upon and derided, they now bear their heads high and proudly. Those who still resist this change will eventually come around, and when they witness what this stalwart and hardy people can contribute, we are honored to count them among us. Ordician culture becomes integrated, and the Ordician culture gains land of the Thracians for 360 months, which is 30 years. Culture happiness plus 7.5%. Very nice. And this ought to help. Right, and the Wars of the Diadochi are launched now. So here are the 5 Diadochi, and this gives us the Legacy of Alexander war goal. It gives the others the Legacy of Alexander war goal as well, which is a unique war goal, and it works more like a civil war, where you don't occupy land, you just straight up take it. If you take it, it becomes your territory immediately. We're not going to get involved in that right away. We're going to wait for an opportune time. Having built the largest empire the world has ever seen, Alexander the Great died suddenly 18 years ago. With no clear successor to the empire, his generals have since fought over the spoils, coming to be known as the Diadochi, or successors. As a close friend of Alexander and an experienced general, our ruler Lysimachus would seemingly warrant a wealthier province than Thrace. Though frequently involved in the conflicts of the Antipatrids in Macedon and Antigonos, The former satrap of Phrygia, Lysimachus, has as yet been unable to expand his rule beyond the region he was once given to guard. Antigonus is perhaps the most successful of the Diadochi, but success breeds enemies, and he now stands alone, vulnerable. This is a great opportunity, but we can only secure allies to oppose him. The empire belongs to the strongest. So once Lysimachus dies, and I am decently old, I'm no spring chicken here. I'm 58 years old, so once I die, we're gonna lose this war goal, the Legacy of Alexander war goal, but that's fine. That's fine. And we get a bunch of claims, and we get the war goal. We're gonna go ahead and bide our time and use both of these things intelligently. All right. And the Getians have raided us, taken some slaves, huh? All right, but that means that we can start down this part of the mission tree right here. It's going to cost 3,000 manpower, but I think that's okay. We're going to get 25 military experience out of it, as well as an opinion boost from our client states on the coast here. And we could go ahead and fortify the crossing, but we don't want to do that. We want to wait until we have ending the raids option available to us. You can only pick one, and this is clearly the better one. So we're going to go ahead and be patient. Yeah, be patient. That's what we're doing. Okay, and another thing, warfare has changed. As now, if you occupy a provincial capital as represented by this pillar here, you do not have to carpet siege everything anymore. I'm trying to wait for these guys to lock movement so that I can go attack them. Go on, lock movement. There it is. Alright, move down here. Now, instead of having to carpet siege everything, if you get the provincial capital, it's going to automatically occupy all the space unless there's a fort somewhere. You still have to siege down all the forts, but you do not have to carpet siege every individual territory anymore like you did before. So we're going to go ahead and engage them in battle here. Our client state managed to grab this. Ooh, Antigonus is now fighting Macedon. That's good. So we're going to occupy most of this place. We just want a white peace so that we can continue on with our mission tree. And we won that battle. I expect them to offer white peace momentarily here. Should be any minute. Usually doesn't take them very long to realize that they're outmatched, I would say. Alright, Ordyssi offers peace. Suthis has recognized his dire plight and has sent envoys seeking peace. They offer a return to the status quo antebellum in return for an immediate cessation of hostilities. Yes, we will accept the offer for now. And we did that, so they remain our tribal vassal. And if they rise up, and we can complete this Ordyssian Thorn mission. So we're going to wait. We want them to attack us again. That is a requirement here. For them to attack us again, then we can move down to the Plucking the Thorn mission. So we've got all three of these going now. As soon as we get to 500 gold, we'll do this one. But this mission tree, it'll take a little while. So we managed to get our first objective complete. We're gonna wait. We want to take the Antigonid lands, but sometimes we can do that through diplomacy. So if they're feeling overwhelmed, they might just give us some land. Ooh, and I've gained the Merciful trait. What does that do? Local monthly tyranny reduction. Okay, and extra charisma. Now we're gonna go down here. We're gonna start drilling. Don't care about popularity right now. We will have plenty of popularity once we start winning some wars. So we're going to go down here to the capital, and we're going to wait for an event to trigger with Antigonus to see if we can get some of his lands. As he finds himself beset by enemies on all sides. Now, Egypt is not yet at war with them. The Seleucids are not yet at war with the Antigonids. So we're hoping that they will be soon. Now, Macedon and the Antigonid Kingdom are indeed at war with each other. So we're going to go ahead and just wait. We're going to wait it out. Put on speed 5 and see what happens. And we have, this is another new thing. I'm not sure if it's 1.5 or in 2.0 here, but Mithridatic Ambition. So the character of Mithridates has gained new prominence here in later versions of Marius 2.0. The city of Chios, governed by the Mithridatic family, as subjects, has been stirred against their Antigonid overlords by the new ruler Mithridates III Mithridatid. Mithridates has fled to Paphlagonia using his personal wealth to raise a large following of supporters, and for some reason we find this childish, but whatever, that's fine. And Getia has raided us for a second time, so we're almost ready for that war goal, or that mission, this ending the raids thing, although we don't actually want that right now. Alright, Antigonid Kingdom is now at war with Egypt. This is also what we wanted. So, and if we can get the Seleucids involved too, then Antigonus might actually give up some land to us without us having to fight him. Yeah, we'll be a friend. Why not? And here's the Seleucid invasion. Very nice. So, hopefully we can take advantage of the fact that 3 of the Diadochi are fighting 1, and he probably won't want to fight us. Alright, so our Odrysian negotiations. We could offer some concessions and gifts and stuff to make sure they don't raid us again, but I actually kind of do want them to raid us again, because I want this Plucking the Thorn mission, and we need them to rebel twice in order to actually get this. So we're not gonna, the negotiations will proceed without interference, meaning I'm not gonna bribe them. I actually want them to attack us again. So Odrysian negotiations falter. That's actually what we want, and we'll wait for them to attack us again, which should not be too long now. And we're still waiting for this event with Antigonus to fire. Okay, and here it is, Antigonid vulnerabilities. The bickering of the other Diadochi continues, throwing the Hellenic world into disarray once more. We've remained aloof so far, but our generals are agreed that we could take advantage of the Antagonids' divided attention. We may even be able to strike a deal with the Antagonids, occupied as they are in Greece. So this option, we just declare war on them. This option, fetch the scribes. We offer... we tell them that, hey, if you just give us some land, we won't attack you. Or we could gain the content trait and just do nothing. I'm not going to do that. We'll do fetch the scribes and see if they hand over the land to us. Antigonid concessions. To the surprise of everyone, our deal with the Antagonids has been accepted. They must be desperate indeed to give in so easily to our threats. Their glum envoy has agreed to cede their territory in northwestern Asia in return for a truce, while they finish off Cassandros and his ilk in Macedon. Fantastic. So we've been given a bunch of land. Aeolia, Lydia, Mysia Inferius, Mysia Superius, Bithynia Inferius, and Bithynia Superius, and Mariandiana are ceded to Thrace. So we have just grown a lot, more than doubling the size of our territory. Go ahead and plug in a governor here. And yeah, we'll probably just stick with we'll do the policy. We'll consider the policies later. For now, we want to make sure that they don't revolt or anything. So keeping them happy is #1 goal. And I don't want anyone who's corrupt. So we're going to go ahead and drop you in there as well. Very nice. So this is what we were waiting for. Now we are nice and thick. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take the advantage of the legacy of Alexander war goal and attack Macedon. Alright, and now it's time to be aggressive. We opened up 2 trade routes because we were trading with them. But that's fine. We're going to go ahead and try to get some iron. Oh, no iron. So, I don't know what we should trade for. 2 copies of something, because we can't get any woad, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, we can't get any woad. So, we have surpluses of everything else. Maybe wild game, because we do have some archers, and that will improve our archer discipline. 2 copies of wild game. There we go. Archer discipline plus 10%. I love that discipline. Now we're going to go ahead and move over here and attack, and we're also going to hire these mercenaries to help out. Okay, they have low morale now. Let's go ahead and reorganize the forces. And the mission tree will have to wait, so we're going to do that, be doing that, you know, throughout as we take care of some other business to start. Ooh, Getty is in a little bit of trouble here. Alright. So Macedon is now, they seem to be sort of losing a bit to Antigonus. And we're going to try to take advantage. Revenge of the Furies. Our envoys bring news from Macedon, where it appears Basilius Cassandros has succumbed to the disease of kings, an excruciating affliction brought on by an intemperate diet. Already there are whispers that Cassandros is being punished by the gods for his treatment of Alexander's family. He famously had Alexander's wife and child murdered, so it is fitting, no? Infamously, rather. Alright, we definitely need these trade routes. We're losing money, quite a bit of money, because of the mercenaries that we just hired. But that's why we didn't spend any at the outset, because now we have a little bit of stack to burn. And we're going to wait for the morale on these mercenaries to get up before we actually move them into the Macedonian territory. Be sure to take all these trade routes. Alright, go ahead and snatch up this territory. And our city-state friends should be coming over to help us out as well. Alright, so we've taken this. As you can see, with the Legacy of Alexander war goal, Casus Belli, whatever you want to call it, you do not occupy territory. You merely snatch it up in the beginning. So we need a new governor here because we have made an incursion into a new province. Now, you are not corrupt at all. I'm going to drop you in here. And we're going to go ahead and siege this down. And now I'm ready to move the mercenaries over to Philippi. Actually, we'll stop here first, snatch that up, and then go siege that other fort. So there are 2 forts here. And our reinforcements, a little vassal swarm, is streaming in to help us out as well. And we have it on speed 5. I mean, they do march pretty slowly in this game, so hopefully it's not too fast and we can still keep an eye on things. And they're going to be sieging down... Oh, there isn't a fort here. Oh, well, that's nice. Okay, there's only 1 fort for us to worry about at the moment. And we're actually making money now, so we could expand the gold mines. I'm going to wait, though, because I don't want to spend all of our money just yet. We're going to help out with this siege, make it go a little bit faster. And the Gettians have raided us again, so that's definitely something we will be wanting to take care of as soon as we can, but we're a bit distracted with the Diadochi down here. The Gettians will be raiding us periodically. It's to be expected, no big deal. They will get their comeuppance, worry not. All these trade routes, so they did rework the trade system a bit, but there's still a lot of trade spam, sadly. A lot of it. But at least we're profitable right now, and we want this siege to fall as quickly as possible so we can go in and just snatch as much territory from the Macedonians as we can. The Antigonids are already taking, a good chunk. I would like, I wish all of this could just be ours immediately, but alas, it's not the case. So, okay, the siege is won. We took the territory. Let's go ahead and move in. And now carpet sieging actually does apply. And do we have a truce with you? Oh, they haven't revolted a second time. Okay. But when they do, we can raise our levies to take care of them, I think. And Pella's being sieged down by our subjects, which is fantastic. What is this? Oh, okay. Freemen. Sure, we'll take the freemen. Little temporary happiness penalty, but that's okay. More migration. It's okay, we don't really want tribesmen anyway. Although they do offer more manpower now than they did before. Alright. Yep, just go ahead and snatch up this part of Macedonia. And having these vassal swarm is very helpful. And there is a Macedonian force up here. Why don't you go deal with the Antigonids, dude? Speaking of the Antigonids, are you still fighting them? Yeah, what are you doing? Maybe the Seleucids are fighting a 2-front war as well. So I'm a little bit unhappy about the amount of land the Antigonids have managed to snatch here, but hopefully we will get Pella and all the good stuff up here in the north. Let's go help out with the Siege of Pella. Get that over with as soon as we can. Yeah, there's the Antigonids. We're going to meet up here. All right, we've grown to a major power because we managed to increase our territory to 100, I think. Actually, let's check that. Nation overview. 100 territories. That means we're a major power. So that means we get another trade route. We lost wine, it looks like. Let's try to get that wine back to reduce our costs. Legion maintenance cost reduction by 5% because we have that wine surplus. And the Siege of Pella is going. Let's go up here. Keep an eye out for this this fella. And here we go, round 2 with Ordisio. All we're going to do for that. Actually, no. We're gonna move. We're not gonna raise levies. We're gonna move this guy back. We're just gonna make them white peace again. That's all. That's the entire goal against them. Yeah, 16,000 allies here. That ought to help. Chalcedon becomes a client state rather than a tributary. Yeah, I'll take that. I will take that for sure. Chalcedonian gratitude. I don't even know where Chalcedon is. I think it's this one. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, we got another client state. Good for us. I don't even know what we did to help out, but whatever. It's all good. And the Macedonian force has just been crushed. Therefore, we do have the means to, we can spare. Ooh. A lot of stuff happening. Siege of Pella is over. We have two things here going on. The sheer Acropolis of Pergamon attracts travelers. The sheer grandeur, which is now in our territory thanks to Antigonus handing it over to us. It's this building right here. So wonders are a new thing that are being featured in Marius 2.0, and they actually appear. I mean, a few wonders did appear on the map before, but now they're always going to appear on the map, and special attention is going to be paid to wonders, and they have a lot of really exciting boosts and stuff, so it's definitely something we want to check out. The sheer grandeur of the Acropolis of Pergamon attracts travelers from all over the region. It is not uncommon that they vacation in the area, and that large numbers use this as their destination to revel in the glory of our wonder. We can get xenophobia for 5 stability. We can lose 5 stability and get popularity and gold. We can get some manpower. So we try to attract people and then like imprison them and make them fight for us. I think that we want the stability. Stability is too valuable. Right, now the Conquest of Pella. This is Alexander's capital, of course. The city of Pella has finally fallen to our troops and is now in our hands. Pella was a relatively minor city compared to its southern neighbors until the sudden rise of Macedonian power. After the hegemony of Philip II and the great campaigns of his son Alexander, the city became one of the richest and most important Greek trade ports and home to the Macedonian culture that spread all throughout Persia. With the city under our control, our men and advisors wonder how we should treat our old enemy. There have been people asking for us to sack the city to the ground and bring everything valuable back to Lysimachus. No, the home of Alexander will remain as it once stood. I don't really want to sack it. I mean, they're Macedonian populations, and we're Macedonian. I mean, we would get a bunch of money, but we're not exactly hurting for money right this second. So we're going to go ahead and take that. Boom. All right, let's pause here, and I think we can afford to go ahead and expand these mines for extra population capacity, base resource production, and a reduction in the slaves needed to produce a local surplus. All right, boom. Did that, cost 100 gold. It's fine. We still have 100 gold, and we're making money. We're making over 7.5 per month, and we're gonna get over here. Hopefully, we can get there before that siege is complete. Now, with this siege done, we need to get over here. I definitely want to stop the Antigonid push. If we can stop them, I mean, we're not fighting them at all, but we just want to, it's a race. We want to race them, swallow up the rest of this Macedonian territory. And the Macedonians are not in very good shape to begin this campaign, that's for sure. Just putting it lightly. Yeah, let's get in here, reinforce our friend. And it looks like we've been victorious over here. And we're victorious somewhere else. Okay, so anyway, they broke the siege. Let's go here and take their provincial capital. Ooh, the Olympics. Alright, so I tended to send the dude with the best martial. 14 martial, huh? Here we go. And hope for the best. Alright, we're about to win this here. Nice. They do have another fort, so that's something to consider. Fine, we'll be friends with this dude. Loyalty is I mean, it's not a huge pressing concern right now. Oh, we also have the Palace of the Argads. I forgot to mention that. So we've managed to snatch this up, which has the Palace of the Argads in it. Now, where do I see great wonders? There's already a great wonder here. Yeah, how do I see what it does, though? Oh, it says right here. Tribute income plus 50%, subject opinion plus 25, loyalty of subject states plus 10. So that makes up for that debuff we get for being Lysimachus. Alright, let's go siege this down and see what's going on over here. Boom. Alright. We need to fight these dudes. Again, we just want white peace with Ordisia. That's all we want. Alright, they're moving here. Let's go ahead and... They're locked in. I mean, a few victories is probably all we need to maintain the status quo with them. And we do not need to raise our levies. So, raising levies doesn't cost anything, but it means that it takes directly away from your pops. And that means they cannot contribute to the economy. Speaking of which, I'm going to go ahead and build a library here to increase our research ratio, which is currently bad. Mission tree, we can do this one because we... Oh, wait, we can't do this one. Right. Can't do that one yet. Right. We're just going to go ahead and wait. We're going to go ahead and wait on the mission tree. Things are basically unfolding the way we want them to, except for the Antagonids taking more than we would like. I don't want this. Yeah, let him roam. I don't want to lose Marshall. Even though we'd gain 2 finesse, yeah, just get out of here. Get out of here. Don't want to rock the boat. Okay, we didn't win the Olympics, but we got some popularity out of it anyway. This dude's just standing here. Let's attack. Wait for him to lock. Go here. The accursed house of Antipatros. More news from Macedon, where now Philippos, the eldest son of the Diadochi Cassandros, has apparently been stricken with a terrible illness that is said to be slowly eating him away internally, throwing the succession of Macedon into disarray. Poor guy. So he got dysentery and pneumonia. A dreadful example of the consequences of sacrilege. Indeed. Can't kill Alexander and his family and expect to get away with it, right? So, okay, apparently got away. Let's go here. Take the other provincial capital. Oh, they didn't get away. We defeated them. And again, we just want white peace with Ordisia for now. Alright, we got that. We got the other provincial capital. Now let's go and siege their capital, although I don't think we'll have to actually finish the siege. Yeah, accept the offer for now, and they remain our tribal vassal. Now we can go ahead... Oh, we can't. We need to wait until we have a truce with them, and then we'll be able to do this. Now I'm tempted to go with ending the raids immediately, and then we'll be declaring war on Getia. Tempted. I do think we're stronger. It used to say very clearly, like, how many soldiers they have. Doesn't anymore. I don't think we really particularly need reinforcements down there, so let's go ahead and move these mercenaries up here and get ready to attack Getia. I guess that would... Ooh, that would bring in some of their allies. Maybe we should wait. I don't know. Alright, here comes Antigonus. Bithynian gratitude. Okay, so Bithynia is now going to become a client state. On the protection we have offered, Bithynian has made a lasting impression on the people. They have approached us, asked to be more closely integrated into our country. Client state? For sure. Much better than a tributary. And speaking of which, so I figured it out. We had been offering protection to, you know, Chalcedon here, and that can evolve into a client-state relationship. So how about you? Maybe we should offer our protection of you as well. How do we do that? Oh yeah, offer guarantee. Alright, we're guaranteeing Byzantion. So hopefully that will also evolve into a client-state relationship. And we're very close to wrapping up this war with the Macedonians. Looks like the Seleucids and the Egyptians have definitely moved in on Antigonus' eastern front. Egypt is all the way up here. And Cappadocia, a client of Antigonid's, is being occupied a lot by the Seleucids. So looks like Antigonus threw most of his weight into Greece here. Oh, Pyrrhus. As a remarkable end to the hostilities with the Antigonid kingdom, an exchange of hostages was agreed to as usual in order to foster goodwill and ensure the strength of the agreed truce. Once one of these hostages turns out to be none other than Pyrrhus of Epirus, a distant relation of Alexander the Great and descendant of Achilles himself. Yes, he's descended from Achilles. That's science. He is seeking support to press his claim to the throne of Epirus, from which he was recently deposed. Alright, so Pyrrhus is around our court now. Fantastic stuff. Let's go here, get that before the Antigonids get it. Never a dull moment in Sicily. Alright, Syracuse is now at war with Syracuse and tyranny. That's very far away. There's over here, there's nothing to do with us, so we're just going to leave that alone. And we have one more territory here to snatch before sort of ending hostilities here. Now, I guess our mercenaries have made it up here. I want to go ahead and do this. Actually, no, we'll make peace with Macedon first. Uh-oh, a discreditable dalliance. A young woman named Sophie, of little note until now, has arrived at the palace of Lysimachus bearing a baby, who she claims is the son of the Basilius Lysimachus I Alcimachid himself, me, yours truly. After some cross-examination, it's clear that she speaks the truth, and the child resulted from an inadvisable lark at a banquet. This information is known by only a few of the most trusted guards and advisors of the Basilius, and there's no doubt it would both damage the throne's legitimacy and upset the consort and any potential successors of the Basilius. So, probably just spend some money on it and make it go away. Make it go away. Don't need any tyranny. We're going to lose some legitimacy, but that's alright. Keep it a secret, but the child will never want for anything. Now, are you still fighting with the Antagonists? You're not. You're just fighting with me. It looks like the Macedonians literally have one territory left. And the Antagonists have been reduced to, like, nothing here. Oh, wait. Are these... Macedon's down here, huh? That's not good. So, let's go into the military... Wait. No, I think we'll be able to peace out before they can actually take anything from us. Go on. Go on. Go on. Boom. Alright. So, they're probably trying to siege this. You know what? You know what? Maybe we should keep going. They do have land down here that we could try to snatch from them. Oh, we have too many relations, do we? That's fine. Let's get over here. Now, it's too bad that you're all the way up here. We could afford another set of mercenaries, and let's take a look at our levies. Maybe it's time to raise a levy or two. Yeah. That may be enough. Alright, you know what? We're actually out of time for this episode, and I'm going to think about if I want to continue pursuing the Macedonians here in... if I want to continue pursuing the Macedonians here in Anatolia, or if I want to peace out with them and pursue other stuff. But I think this initial beginning of the campaign here has worked out very well for us. We were able to capture Pella, the historical capital of Alexander. We were able to double our territory, taking a bunch from the Antigonid kingdom. We are started down our mission tree here with the Paper Tiger Kingdom, or Paper Kingdom, and we have our eye on Getia up here. So we have a couple ideas on where we want to go. We were able to get a couple of client states, and you know what? Since we're at it, let's go ahead and improve relations with you. And that's where we're going to leave it for now. So please, if you did like this video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one as the wars of the Diadochi continue. And until then, bye-bye.